Oh, wonderful. You've made it. I know, dinner with someone nicknamed the Awful Chef can be a bit of a pensive situation. Rest assured, it's just a nickname my wife gave me because I do everything wrong. The food comes out wonderful. The techniques always work, but it's all wrong. So I've started our dinner. You'll pardon me if I show it to you. Tonight it's just chicken cacciatore with garlic butter noodles. So I have 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts that are washed and still a bit wet, but drying. It's not my favorite to use boneless and skinless for this, but our modern society is what I could find at the market. Our vegetables in the matter are simply a diced onion, sliced bell pepper, and some garlic to taste. The thing about the garlic is it's not minced. It will be cooking slowly, and so you may actually wish to leave it whole. I am actually going to slice it in 2. How's that for a compromise? There, now you can see that I'm cutting something. Okay, garlic sliced in 2. We have some capers. Oh, gotta have capers. They've been drained, but not rinsed. A little bit of leftover marinara. Yeah, why not? You could use straight tomatoes from a can if you choose, or simply use straight tomatoes if you prefer, but that's not going to give you the results that you typically get in a restaurant. A little bit of dried oregano. White wine. You'll notice the vacuum top. We do cooking with wine, but we don't go through a whole bottle at a time, unfortunately. And of course, some stock in a box. If you're playing along, take a drink. Our side dish is simply garlic butter noodles. And it's unique this time, because I like the high notes. So often you get garlic butter noodles and they don't taste of either garlic or butter. That's because the garlic is typically minimal and cooked down, and the butter, of course, is melted and loses the high notes. So what I do for that is I use a large chunk of butter. Notice it's raw, not brown, not melted, just butter. And a little extra garlic. You may not like that much garlic, but this is the key. In this case, I use the garlic press. Yes. This is one case in which I will run the garlic through the press into some olive oil and salt. And that raw garlic relish will be the primary flavoring of the noodles. I encourage you to go lightly at first. You may find that the taste is stronger than you expect. So, let's do some cook. Oh, my weight loss. I'm still between sizes, and so I have no pants that actually fit anymore. Oh yes, and for the noodles, I'll be using half a box of just leftover spaghetti. You'll notice it's sealed in a plastic bag to keep it fresh. So I have a magic casserole dish. I found this in a barn. It's an antique shop. I paid a little more for it than I should have, but I like it, so I bought it. So let's throw in some garlic. Let's throw in some onions. Yes, cooking is easy. I actually bought this casserole dish to make chicken cacciatore. I had a cabin in the woods with a very small oven, and so I needed a very small dish. That's one of the reasons I like it. So I'm layering on the chicken on top of the onions. There is no real order to this, so whatever you want to do is fine. Yes, I know, everything I'm going to touch is going into the oven, so it's not that critical. So, bell peppers. Okay, we're reaching the top of the dish, which means everything's going to cook down nicely. A little bit of oregano. And it's just dried, simple oregano. Like everything else, I'm the awful chef. And some capers. Okay, we are just about overfilling the dish at this point, which is not good. See if we can nestle things in a little bit further. There's lots of space between those diced onions. Okay, good. We want it definitely below the rim of the baking dish. Oh. Oh. That's going back in the fridge. Because I'm using just some of it for flavor. As stated, you can go ahead and use a few tomatoes or canned tomatoes, or, of course, as it is your dish, you can use anything you want. I am choosing to do a little bit of marinara. Basically what amounts to 3 tablespoons of just my favorite store-bought marinara. A little bit of white wine as I release the vacuum cork. Okay, good. It's starting to incorporate. A little bit of spare onion there. And the magic chicken stock in a box. Okay. I've managed to cover about 3/4 of the chicken. And it's just not integrating as properly as it should, so I'm mixing it up. There we go. Don't let anybody see you do this, especially on live TV. Okay, there we are. Okay, what I've done is flip over the chicken. And in doing so, put all the marinara underneath it, where it mixes with the wine and chicken stock. The magic to this dish is the lid. That will keep the chicken and everything from drying out completely. And of course, with a massive amount of liquid in here, I can't really show this to you very well. But suffice it to say, it's in there. The lid. And the oven. and there we are. 350 degrees. Give it about an hour. Chicken stew, Italian style. So, that was it. Fancy, fancy. Restaurant quality. Sprinkle it with Parmesan when it comes out. Maybe some fresh basil if you feel adventurous. The noodles. Cook up some spaghetti. Throw in some butter. I am going to run this garlic through the garlic press. Add a little olive oil and salt. Create a bit of a relish. Throw some Parmesan on that, definitely. And you have a shorthand version of pasta alla Grigio, I believe. So that's it. An hour from now, I'm going to be eating that. Try it. Food is fun. Food is simple. And most of all, it tastes good and you got to eat. So I'm the awful chef. I cook because I got to eat. Oh, and yes, don't forget to subscribe. Please, please, please. Especially if you enjoy any of these recipes. Thank you.